Acquiring a new skill involves practice. While learning, we rely on feedback to monitor our progress and improve our technique. Sometimes the feedback is inherent in the action itself. Other times it requires someone else's assessment. Immediate feedback is essential so that we don't practice incorrect habits or patterns. Having someone there can nudge us onto the right track when we stray and can help us avoid boredom, frustration, and confusion.
If we had all the money in the world, we'd give each student their own private tutor. But we don't. So what can we do instead? We can use technology to supplement teachers, not supplant them. We've built an intelligent tutoring system called Meadow that stimulates a child's learning process by providing immediate feedback and instructions. Students interact with it in a natural way, and it attempts to follow their thought process as they work through math problems.
Instead of using the standard computer keyboard, monitor, and mouse, students interact with Meadow through an electronic tablet and pen. Problems are displayed on the tablet one at a time, and the child works them out just as he or she would on paper. Because Meadow recognizes student handwriting, it allows students to keep their minds on what they are doing, that is, the math problem, rather than on how they are interacting with the computer. Monitoring a student's performance allows Meadow to correct errors and pace instruction for that child. Like a human teacher, Meadow tracks how the child solves the problem as he or she writes on the tablet. That means that in addition to the final answer, Meadow can analyze the problem-solving process, for example, crossouts, borrows, and carries. It is then possible to provide customized help to the student, explaining the methods and underlying concepts of subtraction.
You're pretty good at doing problems, so why don't you choose the catfish?
It has level, shark is the highest, catfish is the medium, and pollywog is the easiest.
Problems. Now work this out just like you had a pencil and paper.
Cross out. 3. 1. 8. Cross out. 2. 1. 6. 2. Incorrect.
Do you see what you did wrong?
No.
Let's see what the right answer was. Okay. Does it make sense now?
No.
Okay, let's move on to picture. This shows how the problem was worked out. Does this help you?
I don't understand why the 0 was crossed out.
Okay, let's look at the movie then.
Video, what you would do is it would show you the problems, what happens, and it would speak to you and tell you what to do.
Let's go over the steps one by one. Press play.
Not all students want the same type of help, so we provided a variety for them to choose from. Ones like answer and picture are brief. Other ones like movie and cartoon are more in-depth and give an explanation of the underlying concepts.
I still don't get why the 0's crossed out. Can you tell me?
Sure, that's what the cartoon's for. Why don't we go on and look at that one?
The cartoon has like names like cat and fish and stuff, and it shows you how to borrow with like money.
Bug has 3 pennies and needs to take away 5. She doesn't have enough. So she asks her friend Fish, but Fish doesn't have any. So he asks his friend Cat. Cat gives $1 to Fish. Since Fish only likes dimes, he changes the dollar into 10 dimes. Now, Fish has enough. So, he can now lend to Bug. Fish gives 1 dime to Bug. Since Bug only likes pennies, she changes the dime into 10 pennies. Now, Bug has enough. When Bug subtracts 5 from 13, she has 8 left. Sometimes, students don't want to be shown the solution to a problem. They just want a little hint so they can go back and try it themselves. Meadow gives them this opportunity.
Children often find subtraction concepts confusing. Once they think they understand what they're doing, they may run into cases which seem to be exceptions. Not knowing that leading blanks in the bottom number should be treated as zeros is one common error. Rules can be difficult to remember, and sometimes a hint or reminder might be all a student needs to get back on track.
How do you spell your name again? Eliane. I know, that's right. How old are you? I'm 8. How old are you? I'm 9. Do you want to know what year I was born in? Okay. Press your problem. Okay, let's see.
Cross out 8 1 2 Incorrect.
I wonder why that is. Press hints to show you what you did and how it can be wrong and how it can be right. And you can check it. Okay. And then okay.
When a digit is missing from the bottom number, it's the same as a 0.
Oh, I understand now.
Meadow is a valuable tutoring aid and teaching tool because it has a natural interface that is familiar and comfortable for students to use. It provides various forms of immediate and interactive feedback incorporating voice, animation, and error analysis. This gives students the opportunity to relate concepts to procedures. Meadow also operates at the student's initiative, which stimulates interest in learning.
Although we've only applied Meadow to problems of subtraction, the same approach can work for other areas of mathematics and education. The Meadow you've seen can grow.
There's a tablet, and when you write on it, it picks up exactly what you write.
If you write on a piece of paper, the paper can't tell you if you get the answer wrong or right.
It's a lot funner than most computers.
Meadow also really helps me with my math a lot.
How it tells you that if it's right or wrong, and it does whatever you want it to do, and it speaks to you too. And I think that's really neat.
It shows you a better example than on a piece of paper.
Like, I like the movie, the way you should have done it and stuff, and how it talks to you and everything like that. And it's also different than most